Then we need to decrease what I call government creep with personnel. The FBI's footprint has gotten so freaking big. And the biggest problem the FBI has come out of its intel shops. I'd break that component out of it. I'd shut down the FBI Hoover building on day one and reopening the next day as a museum of the deep state.
Kash Patel being the new Matt Gaetz. I
wanted to make sure you knew that the reason I feel so good, I was going to tell you before, is I went out in my Kash Patel leather suit this weekend and just, just kind of went around and, made sure like him also to stuff the crotch filled with like about 8 pairs of socks, and really jam that thing up in the camera. And it made me feel so masculine and cool. So I just figured that it's carried through to today.
I'm just so glad that the Democratic DEI flavor is leaning over into the Republican Party, because we have Rick Grinnell, openly gay, Bessent, openly gay and married.
Openly crazy. Not Bessent, but sure. Rick Grinnell.
Yeah, of course. Insane. But, still, as far as checking boxes, might be the gayest White House ever, interestingly enough. And now with Kash Patel as our first possible leather daddy to head the FBI, not since we had
he wears that stuff to sleep at night. You know it. He's going commando in there, too. It's just the socks.
You can't wear underwear with leather pants. You can't get them off. Don't ask me. Don't trust me on this. Go to, I believe it's the Planet Hollywood or I think it's Planet Hollywood in Hollywood. They have a pair of Jim Morrison's pants that he wore. Yes. Wait for it. Wore for 2 years. Straight. Oh, God. Only pants he wore. God help us. I'm sure they stand up on their own.
Was there a washing done in between or no?
The amount of DNA in those pants must peak some sort of. It's like only rivals one of those like weird doctors who used his own sperm in a clinic that he was in a donator clinic, and he could have hundreds of children.
It's not about money. Or records or success or these desires that you have, it's about using the music to break through, wasn't it?
DNA in his own pants. Like if he were still alive, he could be a Trump cabinet appointee. I mean, they tend to go for those too over there. So there's that. I was going to say, I know what you're saying to be true from years of Aerosmith concerts. When Steven Tyler's leather pants were not fitting correctly, they are one of my favorite bands, and may their work rest in peace. Even though they're still good, but we had tickets to the final tour, and that was very sad. But in any case,
it was.
I saw Steven Tyler's butt crack more than a few times, and I didn't intend to. It's just when the leather pants start to come down and you get good seats up there, there's no underwear on underneath them. There just isn't.
No.
So,
not at all. No. Also, by the way, anywho, next topic, Dark Brandon Dunn says, yes, I understand.
You don't want to talk about Steven Tyler's butt crack?
Why not? But that is our ballast for sanity in this modern society is hilarious. I mean, the world has been led by mad kings before, so we will get through this as well. That said, I personally think Kash Patel doesn't make it. I think he bows out as well.
Oh, I don't think. I think it's much the same as Matt Gaetz. There's
yes.
I mean, to his discredit, I think among Trump nominees, he may be one of the few male ones so far that I've heard no accusations of sexual assault, which seems to make him an aberration among the male nominees that Trump has put forward.
Was the second.
Am I wrong about that?
He was the second choice.
That's a fair point. So, okay. Mm-hmm. But there's so much impropriety. There's so much financial impropriety. There's so much, January 6th impropriety. And obviously, the Nunez memo, which was like clowns could have written it in crayon. And there's just a lot there that I don't even think the Lisa Murkowskis of the world are going to be like, yeah, that guy with the crack eyes.
Right.
You know, he's a guy, that crazy guy, you know, who clearly, obviously has no, well, I mean, you know, he has no background in this. His only background in law enforcement is actually committing alleged crimes. So, and I remember that when Bill Barr, when they wanted to appoint him deputy to Bill Barr said, "Over my dead body," was the quote. Right. You can decide which way you would have liked that. Gina Haspel, the CIA director, when they wanted to make him her deputy, said, "If you do that, I will quit." So again, even the Trumpers hate him.
Yeah. And again, you've got the narrowest margin in the House, and the Senate is very aware that that this is by no means a mandate, and none of them are interested in dismantling the FBI so that the Russians can move in and just take over every telecom system in the country with with eavesdropping and sabotage. It's fascinating to me, and this is maybe a modern illness, that we all, the word establishment has become such a bad word that people don't understand the sheer constant gardening and effort that it takes to keep something that functions functioning until possibly it's attacked, and then they suddenly become too aware of it. See RFK
It's amazing,
Jr.
isn't it? Right
and
afterwards,
vaccines.
you're like, oh yeah, you know, nobody